Tuesday. It's April 22nd, 2025. We are here for day one of the retrial of Karen Read. Yes, the retrial. She started trial in 2024 on April 29th, 2024. And we are all back here again. So today we are going to get into opening statements. Remember, before opening statements, there's a whole bunch of jury instructions that have to be read. So we're going to get through a whole bunch of jury instructions before we get to opening statements. At the end of day one, we have seen opening statements. Net, I think the prosecution's opening statement was far better than it was last trial. And I think the defense simplified their defense. They made it very clear at the beginning of their opening that John O'Keefe was not hit by a car. And they focused on the investigation. They focused on the lack of investigation at 34 Fairview. And they focused on the evidence that will show in their argument that John O'Keefe was not hit by a car. The prosecution did not focus on that it was snowing, but focused on Karen Read's statements, said that Karen Read was the one covering things up, that she knew exactly where to find John O'Keefe because that is where she left him. Focused on the statement where she said, when I last saw him, and I'm paraphrasing because it's been a very long day, when I saw him, he was not mortally wounded or mortally injured. Dateline, October 18th.
I didn't think I hit him, but could I have clipped him? Could I have tagged him in the knee and incapacitated him? He didn't look mortally wounded as far as I could see, but could I have done something that knocked him out and in drunkenness and in the cold didn't come to again?
And this would have been the moment you dropped him off at the party.
Yeah, would have had to.
And so overall, I think the opening statements were far better. And I think they gave the jury two very different versions of the case. And I imagine at the end of that, the jury was like, witness one was an interesting choice because it was firefighter paramedic Nuttall, who had the furrows last trial.
Like furrows down.
Say that again?
Furrows, if you will, for lack of a better term. Just
I don't understand that word.
So if you remove something, yes, like you create a furrow in the skin. Is that?
Furrows.
Yes, there you go. Sorry. Excuse my accent.
Oh, no. I'm on your turf.
And in cross-examination, it was clear that Nuttall's testimony was he heard Karen Read say, I hit him. Then he heard Karen Read say, I hit him. And then it was, I hit him. I don't know if the jury at this point will be like, wait, your first witness has no idea what was said and remembers one thing and doesn't remember anything else. Maybe, maybe not. It's kind of a cumulative effect with that. His memory's good as to this, not good as to that. The cross-examination and redirect and direct and redirect got a little bit long on points, but I think at the end of like the recross, Alan Jackson brought it around and said, okay, so first you described it this way, and then in this video you're saying it this way, and now you're saying it this other way. Those aren't all the same.
I remember it, but I questioned would I remember it because it's been relived so much. I mean, when I see the video of me driving from the waterfall, like what I just described, tapping the brakes when I crossed the intersection, Washington over Sherman Street, do I actually remember that I kind of slowly proceeded through that green light? No, I don't actually remember that. But I've seen the video so many times that you then question, did I remember it on my own? Or was my memory jogged? But I also wondered, did I say, could I have hit him? Or was it told to me that I said I hit him? And I knew I never could have said that. So the closest I must have said was, did I hit him? I know I said I hit him, but did I really say it as many times as law enforcement's claiming I said it?
And then the prosecution called Kerry Roberts, who went with Jen McCabe and Karen Read to 34 Fairview that morning. And her testimony stopped for the day right when Karen Read got out of the car and ran towards a mound of snow, how Kerry described it. That's where we ended for the day. Then all the fighting over ARCA. No jury Friday, because it's going to be a full voir dire day of ARCA on Friday. But the jury will be back tomorrow on Wednesday, and so will I. I will start around the same time court starts. How will you know exactly what time Emily D. Baker starts? Well, EDB is on EDB standard time. We got to have time to get there. So lawnardapp.com will let you know when we're starting. Court has been starting a little bit late, so I'm giving us some buffer room, but there should be trial, 2 full days of trial, Wednesday and Thursday, before we get to these ARCA witnesses. The court has said this is going to be a 6 to 8 week trial. I will say, so far, the direct examination has been much smoother. It's been easier to follow. It's been less painful. There are times when I feel like Brennan is coming in way too hot for where we're at, but the direct has been much smoother. I'm very interested to see where the prosecution goes with Proctor, because the defense brought it up. The prosecution didn't mention Proctor once, and the defense clocked it in opening. They're like, didn't hear his name come out of their mouth, did you? Nope. Wild, wild, wild. Thanks for joining me. If you enjoyed this episode and don't want to miss updates on your favorite cases, you're going to need the Law Nerd app at lawnerdapp.com. That way you can stay in the loop on the cases that matter most to you, and you never know when you're going to catch feelings for a new case. So make sure you get it for free on iOS and Android. Thank you for being here, and thank you for being a Law Nerd.